Hey, local SEO is changing very, very quickly. It's actually changing to local marketing. So to understand like how this is changing, please watch the video till the end. We're going to go through a few examples. So basically what's happening right now is we have like AI everywhere, and AI is very focused on queries, right? So you actually have like natural language based queries that are pretty long. So it's not just like coffee shops near me anymore. It's more like, hey, can you recommend a coffee shop that has great cappuccino very close to Queen Street, that's very walkable from my residence, and that has a great ambience, and there's also great pastries that accompany the coffee, and it's actually a great vibe, and even better if it's Japanese style coffee, right? So all of this is going to be complicated. It's going to be different from just your simple like coffee near me or coffee shops near me kind of searches. Um, and this really makes it very different for businesses um, to figure out like what to focus on, right? So the way I think about this is that you don't really want to just focus on local rank tracking. You want to focus on your visibility across LLMs like ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, and really get a lot of reviews across multiple platforms, right? So not just like Google, but even Facebook, and if possible, like Nextdoor, Yelp, like other platforms, right? Like what have you. The more reviews that you have across multiple platforms, the better. You want to get a lot of like user proof that you signal to Google and other search engines or LLMs that your business is super credible for a certain query that the user may have, and that query may have a lot of different um, aspects to it, right? So it's very semantic. It's not just like a very straightforward near me kind of a search. So that's the first thing. The second thing we're seeing is Google is fetching a lot of social media content for certain businesses, and especially for businesses that are very active on social media. Now, this could really give you a leg up, right? A lot of competitors in your space are not going to be leveraging social media. If you're a roofer or a plumber right now, there's very low chances that your competitors are all super active on social media, on Instagram or on Facebook, right? So this could be like a game changer for your business. And Google is actually beginning to realize that a good business has presence everywhere, like omnipresence, omnichannel, right? It's not just like the Google Business Profile, Google Maps, whatever, right? Like it's everywhere. And you want to really think about that from a marketing standpoint. You want to actually publish to various different channels, publish your story, you're servicing a client, maybe take a picture, take a few pictures, videos, whatever, post those pictures and videos on Google, but then also on Instagram and Facebook. Put a nice caption that, hey, this was like work that we did for a client. It involved like this kind of effort, and these were the tools that were required. So that actually helps you share your story with prospective customers, and Google and other LLMs and search platforms really like that, right? And they know when you're the right business to recommend to a certain kind of customer. That's why it's super important. um, so these are some of the big changes that we've been seeing. And you really want to start thinking about this. You want to think more broadly about local business growth and local business marketing. It's not just like local SEO. Rank tracking is not super, super um, just another big thing that's happening is Google doesn't show like 10 links or a lot of like links for a certain query anymore, right? We don't even know how many links it does like show. If it does, sometimes it just answers it itself, right? So you can't really depend on certain pages being indexed or certain content being indexed. You want to share your story across multiple channels as often as possible. and as authentic as possible. And you want to get reviews, you want to get user proof across multiple platforms. So really start thinking about this for your business. It's still pretty early, and there's a lot of room here to leverage this to your advantage and to really grow. And I'd love to speak if you have any questions in this regard. But really start thinking more broadly about your business, and it's not just about rank tracking anymore. Um, you could maybe not have a great rank on one search platform, but then really do well in a certain LLM, and vice versa, right? And ideally, you want to like be everywhere and see what's working for you. I'm not saying like just 24/7 just be like active on like all platforms. And we want to help you do that, where a lot of this is just automated with our AI agent. That's like LocalPanda 2.0 that we're building. I spoke about that in the other video. So use tools, use like services to your advantage, and don't spend like all your hours trying to be omnichannel. But at the same time, you want to do it intelligently, where you do have a presence everywhere and you're seeing what's working for you, because it may be different for your business, your category versus maybe somebody else's, right? Depending on the kind of subcategory also, like if you're a lawyer, personal injury, that might be different from somebody who's a divorce lawyer, for example, right? Like it's going to be a different kind of marketing, kind of storytelling. Maybe the platforms could be a bit different that you want to focus on. So really think about all this and create a holistic strategy. And I'm very happy to help you with this if you need any help. Yeah, have fun. Let's win in this new world, and take it as a challenge. Every challenge can be overcome. And yeah, there's a way to win here. So have fun.